Hey T-Squad, it's Kirsty. Today we're doing a full investigative update on Diddy Combs. No rumors, no internet noise, just what is actually happening behind the scenes and why this case is far from over. This isn't about shock value. This is about patterns, filings, and what the legal system is still quietly working through. Let's get into it. Right now, Diddy is incarcerated following a federal conviction related to transportation for prostitution purposes. He was not convicted on racketeering or sex trafficking charges, and that distinction matters, but it does not mean this case ended cleanly or quietly. What happened instead was a partial conviction, and partial convictions in federal cases often signal something important. Prosecutors believed there was a broader pattern of behavior, but a jury only agreed on part of what was presented. That does not erase the rest. It simply changes how the system proceeds. Diddy's legal team has filed an appeal, arguing that the law was applied incorrectly. On the surface, this is a standard move. Behind the scenes, it's a calculated risk. Appeals invite appellate judges to re-examine transcripts, filings, and procedural decisions in detail. That includes material the jury never saw. An appeal does not automatically mean freedom. It can lead to resentencing, further hearings, or deeper legal review. In other words, it keeps the spotlight on the case instead of closing the book. While that appeal is moving forward, law enforcement interest has not stopped. Separate allegations have triggered new investigative attention, with information being shared across jurisdictions. No new criminal charges have been filed at this stage, but investigations only continue when there is enough substance to justify them. Police do not quietly reopen doors without reason. This matters because these inquiries align with timelines prosecutors have already examined before. When separate allegations fit an existing framework, investigators start looking for confirmation rather than coincidence. At the same time, civil litigation remains active. Multiple civil lawsuits alleging misconduct are still moving through the courts. Some claims have stalled or been dismissed on technical grounds, which is normal in long-running cases. Others remain ongoing. Civil cases operate under a different standard than criminal trials. They focus on credibility, consistency, and documentation rather than unanimous jury decisions. Civil discovery is often where the most damaging information surfaces. It forces records, communications, and sworn testimony into the open. And once that process begins, it rarely stays contained. Diddy has also launched defamation countersuits, seeking significant financial damages. These filings are not just about reputation, they are a strategic response. Defamation claims raise the legal stakes for accusers and can discourage others from coming forward by increasing the cost and pressure of participation. Investigators pay attention to this dynamic. Aggressive counter-litigation does not end scrutiny. In some cases, it intensifies it. The central issue tying all of this together is pattern. When allegations span multiple years, multiple locations, and come from people with no direct connection to each other, investigators stop asking whether something happened once. They start asking whether the behavior was repeated. That is why this story has not faded. That is why law enforcement attention continues. And that is why this case remains unresolved in the larger picture. So here's the bottom line. Diddy has not been fully cleared. The legal process is still active. Appeals, investigations, and civil actions are all moving at the same time. This is no longer the loud phase of the case. It's the slow, methodical phase. And historically, that's where the most lasting consequences tend to emerge. As always, I'll continue tracking this as filings change and new information becomes public. If you found this breakdown helpful, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next deep dive. Keep sipping that tea.